Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting. Jim coming at you again. We're doing some coin tumbling today, our haul of clad for the season. Something that I like to do in the winter in my off time. So I just got done rolling these for a while, so I'm going to start with showing you the end result. So we're going to take these bad boys and we're going to get them out of here. This is a Chicago Electric rock tumbler that I picked up at Harbor Freight for like 35 bucks. If you want to go to Harbor Freight and pick one up, if you got the coupon, you can get it even cheaper. As if you're cheap like me. If you're rich, then you can just order it online and pay the shipping. So I got my nifty little spoon I dug that I use to pry stuff open. And here's the drum. Nasty water. Come on over here. Doing the filming is my lovely assistant and life partner, Nicole. So, we'll dump her out. Look at that. That nastiness. And we'll dump her out. Give it a quick rinse. This is what I use my bar for, because I'm really not much of a drinker. So it comes in handy for cleaning bottles and coins. Alright. And we'll dump them out. If you have a garbage disposal, don't do this. Rocks and disposals really suck. So here's the results of about 4 hours. I'm going to check it out. Casing got in there. Must have dug that in Detroit. So as you can see, most of them come out looking about like this. Reasonably shiny. You know, they look kind of circulated for a while. Now you see these ones here? These ones that are black. These are your modern zinc pennies. And if you continue with these and you try to get them perfectly clean, you're going to eat holes in them. Generally, these don't get much better than this unless you're patient with them and you don't use any cleaning product that'll eat holes in them, which basically means you're going to use Dawn and water and rocks. So this is pretty much what you can expect. This is good enough. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese. So I'm going to show you how it's done. You're going to start, of course, with an empty drum. You're going to get some aquarium gravel. Don't use colored gravel. I made the mistake of using black gravel once, and it made the coins black and everything black, and it was just terrible. So, uncolored aquarium gravel. Try to find stuff that's not like super smooth and nice. It's not going to do a good job cleaning your coins. You want it to be kind of the rougher type stuff. So we'll fill the drum up. Let's fill it about a third or so of the way. And then we're going to put our cleaning solution in there. A little Dawn soap. Don't overdo it with this. Literally, like 1, 2, that's it. If you put too much of this in, it'll foam up and it'll literally blow the top of your drum off and make a huge mess. All it takes is a couple drops. Alright. You can use Lime Away or you can use CLR. They're pretty much the same thing. The CLR does do a little bit better job, but I don't have any on hand, so I'm going to use Lime Away. And we'll kind of... There it is. It's way too much. Perfect. And then... put a little bit of salt. I'm using kosher salt because it's Hanukkah right now. And just a little bit, not much. Some people like to add vinegar. Sometimes I do if the coins are really crusty and filthy. But you got to be careful with vinegar, especially with like zinc pennies. It'll leave holes in them. Your quarters, dimes, and nickels, it'll turn them pink. So we got that in there. We're going to put some water. And we're going to bring it up to about there. I'm going to leave some space in there. And now we're going to do quarters, dimes, and nickels. You want to do your quarters, dimes, and nickels separately from your pennies. If you do them together, your quarters, dimes, and nickels are going to look copper. So do them separate. We'll put these bad boys in here. Just like that. Now, you don't want to overload it or you're not going to get good results. It's going to take too long. Then we'll put the cap on. Put the lid. These lids are like a press fit. And your big washer, don't forget that. Don't over tighten this or you'll collapse the top of your drum lid. Just snug it up like that. Another important thing is make sure your drum's dry. If your drum's wet, it's going to slip on your rollers, and when you first turn it on, it might roll. Then you'll come back in an hour and a half and the drum's not moving and your coins aren't clean. It gets slippery. So dry your drum off if you get it wet. And then you pop her in there. And before I turn it on, I'm going to show you the typical results with dimes, nickels, and quarters that you're going to get. These are ones I tumbled last year. And you can see some of the nickels are still red. And if you want, you can run those through again. Or you can just be slick like I am and put them in the middle of the roll when you take them back to the bank, and no one will ever know. Except for me, I won't tell. So that's these. So we're going to fire her up. Before I do that, there's a reason that I do mine in the basement, and it's because these things can be a little noisy when they're running, and they'll annoy you. You know, kind of like an ex that just keeps bugging you and can't take a hint. So I keep mine in an out-of-the-way place. And fire her up. And she's going to roll. I'll let this batch roll for probably about 4 hours or so, 3. You can check it whenever you want. And that's pretty much the gist of it for tumbling coins. So if any of you guys are going to get started in this, this is how you do it. It's not the only way. This way works great for me. Drop a comment and like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything new. And remember, always keep it no permits needed. Thanks a lot.